Breaking down another online ranked match in college football 25, of course, against another Bama user. Going to showcase kind of making things more difficult than it should be, but also showcasing why the plays that I showcase is never ever guaranteed. But of course, I can make it easier than I should when making the plays happen that you guys see mostly done when I'm using Kentucky. As well, breaking down the scheme that my opponent runs, which I'm very used to because I play Bama pretty much 99% of the time. So you guys will see everything from pre-snap reads and much more. Of course, I broke down this many times every time I face a Bama user or just people that kind of know what they're doing, but they follow the meta, which is the tight nickel, just cover one blitz. Every time I see this, I'm throwing it deep. Every time I see one-on-one, but you don't necessarily have to do it every single time because, of course, my opponent put the fastest DBs for Bama in the game. Now, a lot of people don't dare to do the things I end up doing because, for one, it's risky, especially using a much more terrible team against, a dominant team like Alabama. But you don't always got to do what I got to do. I'm just showcasing some concepts and things that I like to do. Now, I like to have an option route by the running back because 100% of the time, users will go and user matchup with the running back. And clearly, I could have easily had a big pickup yardage if I hit the running back right here, but I got so used to throwing to one-on-one opportunities for a touchdown, that's why I ended up throwing that pass when I shouldn't. Now, next play, he comes on the same defense. I'm going to hit him with a double out route move. And look at the cheese tackle that he gets right here. I was just two jukes away from basically breaking it free. Anyways, continuing on, looking at his defense, he ends up changing it up to a two-man underlook. For the most part, you get to see who your opponent likes to use because people tend to move players out of position for some odd reason. They still do it to this day, so he moves down to free safety. Of course, these type of situations, I would throw it deep regardless, especially when I see man press. I could have easily launched this ball for the most part. I showcased this many times where people bring down the free safety. I'm throwing it deep, especially if you do know that you have a speedy receiver and you have advantage. Of course, make this type of pass. Now, usually I would make this pass, but don't need to go ahead and risk it early on. You can play conservative. When I see two-man under defense, I'm immediately looking to scramble with the quarterback. Of course, when I do a little bit of taunting, just let him know because his mic's on, I'm just listening to what he has to say, and of course he's talking smack. Now, he switches up his defense. He finally goes to his own coverage look, which is just basic cover 3. Once again, indicator he's going to be using the free safety because he moves him up in the box. This is where I kind of try to, trick my opponent to thinking what I'm going to end up doing, but doing something different. So I throw a check down pass. When people play defense like this, using free safety, I would kind of throw, back-to-back same plays to the same player for a short pass and then set it up for a big, deep pass. So right here, I could have easily had a touchdown. So you see where he's using. I do have a route crossing over where he's supposed to use her, which baits him, and that will leave the deep post right in the middle of the field wide open. Now, of course, this is all just setting up. This is how you can bait a lot of people because people tend to do the same thing over and over, especially on defense. Of course, the game doesn't register for me to make a play, and I have no reaction, and I end up throwing a pick. So that's very unfortunate. Now his offense. So now that he has a ball, now he's going to take advantage of it by chewing clock. So he shows me off with what he wants to do. Spread look, just running, simple, zone run play. And I'll let him do it because I ain't really doing too much. I'm just going to let him kind of enjoy that he's able to run the ball. Different formation, but he's still going to run up the middle. It's all good. Make him work the field. I don't mind him chewing clock. Make him feel comfortable with running the ball, right? So a lot of people I end up doing this with because once they get comfortable and then once they get kind of stuffed, they kind of panic. And that's what I like to do is make people end up panicking when it comes to situational downs for them to try to go for first down pickup. but they don't want to be too risky. Now, how the spread look, you guys will see what he ends up doing later on, but just showcasing what he likes to do on his first possession of the game. And he's just trying to work the clock, trying to score with the last second, so I don't have any time because he does head into second half with first possession. Also, people tend to not really showcase too much of their scheme, but right here he ends up going to 5 wide. Of course, he's going to immediately take off with the quarterback. I don't get a hit stick forced fumble. Throughout this match, he takes so many hit sticks. It's kind of ridiculous how many hit sticks he takes before he ends up fumbling. But the fact that he doesn't fumble with any of those hit sticks is kind of crazy. So make sure you guys keep track of counting the hit sticks. So he already showed me what he likes to do. He likes to establish the run and then running with the quarterback when he needs to make yardage. Now, short yardage, RPO off a bunch set, I'm used to facing it. Now, this is another go-to scheme that he likes to do. So after running the ball out of the spread formation look, he will have a in route by the running back, backside drag by the slot receiver, and then he has a zig double out route move by the tight end. He likes to roll out to the right because he is a right-handed quarterback. His first read is obviously going to be the tight end. All I got to do is kind of lurk the drag routes and then make him kind of try to run around with the quarterback like you guys see here. But now he basically showed me everything that he likes to do. So, we get down to the 4th and 1. He wants to go to that RPO bunch set once again. I switch my defense from zone to man. I set up my defense so I can play both by stopping the run if he hands it off, as well lurking around the RPO just in case I can possibly get user pick and then have extra help if I'm unable to get there. You guys see how clean this looks. This is how I always play it. And it's 4th and 1, obviously my opponent's going to try to hit the RPO because it worked before, but this time it doesn't. So I get ball back with a little bit of time, just enough time to get downfield and try to get some points before half. Now, I'm not trying to risk it, but short plays, I'm unable to do so, which leaves me no choice to go to my money play on prevent defense, which I can easily score, but unfortunately right here, I didn't have enough time to throw it deep for an easy instant touchdown. Then I try to throw another short yardage to get a first down pickup and just whiff the pass. So heading to second half with no points, very unfortunate. Now this game, I was making it more difficult than I should have been. So he comes down to 5 wide starting out the second half. He doesn't want to chew clock because he knows he was struggling. He wants to get into a conservative field. And of course, 100% Bama players, this is how they play. Going 5 wide and just scramble around. Even with QB spy, pressure, it's just hard to defend against scrambling quarterback like Jalen Milroe. Once again, hit stick, no forced fumble. He's just eating up hit sticks galore. It's kind of crazy, right? Which, it does catch up to him later on. So, gets back into the spread. He's in a comfortable position because where he's at on the field. So now I'm starting to adjust my defense based off, what he has been doing, starting out the game especially. So he's still doing the same play with the spread, double drags, the double out route move by a tight end. And I'm doing cover 3 cloud over, and then just trying to contain the run as well. Make him work, because for those that don't know, our red zone defense is tough and it's very clamped. Unfortunately, right here, I knew he was going to go to the tight end eventually. Of course, he threw it quicker, and I was hoping my shade outside man coverage would have covered that, but of course, he didn't, so he ends up getting it. And then he goes for a 2-point conversion. So he was being aggressive, done the same exact play to score. Now he's doing it for a 2-point conversion. And for some odd reason, right here, I got clipped, and I was stuck in like this fake out or whatever type of animation this was. I had no control. He threw it right to me for a pick, but I had no control until the ball whizzed by my face, and then I was able to react. It was just weird that happened. Anyways, he tried to go and seal the deal with an aggressive onside kick to get the ball right back. It doesn't go in his favor. Then back to his original defense because this is all he knows what to do. He wants to play aggressive, and I'm doing risky plays, which I shouldn't. So the very next play, I ended up playing smartly, doing the hitch route like usual, like I typically do. And I get big yardage. Should have been an easy touchdown, but of course his DB has catch-up speed, and he stopped me. So now I got to work extra harder for the touchdown. sends a blitz again, and he done all 3 plays, and then I hit him with my fade route, man beater, easy. Then I go to my 2-point conversion, which I kind of messed up. I was hoping that the double team block wouldn't happen for his user to hit the gap, but it did happen, so he stops me in the backfield. Don't get the 2-point conversion. Then he goes back to conservative, and then shockingly, he goes to 5 wide, trying to get the scramble look out of the stick play. This time, once I see the double team block on the tackle, I'm going to set my QB spy to get pressure so I don't have him sitting all day in the pocket, trying to give him different pressure, different looks. And I was able to send pressure right there, catch him off guard. So this is another thing I like to do is, change it up from time to time and keep my opponents guessing. As he tries a stick look, once again, I manned up my slot receiver with the tight end. He was able to play that perfectly. And then back to the fade route as he still runs the same defense, but he presses DBs, gets beat. I try to go back to the 2-point conversion. I tried to do the pass this time, but for some reason my level concept did not run the routes correctly. So I was supposed to have my inside slot receiver play underneath the user and have an over top in route to pick and choose for the user, and unfortunately it didn't work out, so I ended up just throwing the pick for a pick 6. So now he can just chew clock, get downfield, kick a field goal, win the game. But as he tries to play conservative, falling down, I finally get a hit stick for his fumble. I probably had about 9-10 hit sticks with no fumbling. I was able to get one there finally. So now I have a chance to pretty much put this game away. And my opponent decided not to play man coverage because he's been getting beat. Now he goes back to that cover 3. I mean, this is basically all he knew. This is what a lot of people play like. So he goes to that same look that I try to throw that post down the middle. This time, I'm going to fake him out. Think I'm going to be doing it again. That's why I kind of sit in the same formation, because I just make reads and bait people. This time, I'm going to end up putting my tight end into a remap post corner route, which is going to be wide open, as you guys are going to see it here. Just a simple cover 3 beater, which puts me in a better position to clock a little bit more and end up, just punching in for an easy rushing touchdown. And right there pretty much seals the deal for your boy. All I got to do is make him waste time, as he just keeps running the same 5 wide offensive stick play that he's been running all game. This time he flips it. He's not going to get that double route move by a tight end, but he does end up sending a backside drag route. But I was able to get pressure, cause a hit on the quarterback to disrupt the pass, and right to my QB spy for an interception. And that's where he would call it game, as he ends up rage quitting. Now, you guys see his mic in the top right corner. It was just going off. This dude was going crazy. He was just going off about everything. But yeah, I mean, that's how a lot of people play. They know only a little bit. They don't do too much difference. And yeah, it makes games like this very easy. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments about my opponent's play style. Have you guys faced people like this when they use Alabama and things of that sort? Other than that, let me know. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. And I'm out. Peace.